What's up YouTube, Venny here, bringing you my custom tactic video, and this is the custom tactic what basically got me 30-0 and 29-1 in weekend league this weekend alone. So I hit double top 100, one on Xbox, one on PlayStation. I think we finished like 96th on Xbox, which actually it was a very close call. As you see, 2,304 skill rating, so we've only got 9 skill rating more than 100th place. So luckily we clutched that up, got the 29, got top 100. 2 top 100 rewards what will be coming out, I think one on Thursday and one on Friday. So yeah, probably do the 30 Thursday and the Xbox on Friday, which is the 29-1. As you can see, my team is pretty pay to win, it's pretty strong. You know, I've got the OP players in the Sabia, Vieira, the Messis, the Neymars and so forth. But these custom tactics sort of are going to change the way I think a lot of you might play this game. I'm hoping it changes the way and sort of makes you have a more understanding how the game is played, maybe suited to you better. So what I've gone for is balanced, 5 width, 5 depth, and in defense that is, and an offensive style, 5 balance, 5 width, and 5 in the player box. And what this has done has sort of like allowed me to be more aggressive in attack and defense. And why I say defense especially is because I'm not using this comeback on defense in any of my player instructions. I'm not using like low depth or drop back or anything like that. I'm using balance 5 and 5, and that is because I want to be able to press people. I want to get into their faces. The fact that people play so negative on this game, being able to press early, it's going to be in favour, because people play so slow. Even if they get past your first press, they're going to take so much time to actually get into your final third. Your players are going to get back in time. So that's why I play 5 width and 5 depth, and you'll see in my highlights tomorrow just sort of similar styles how I play. Maybe it helps you guys have an understanding of what we do. But we only really use 2 tactics here. I do have plan B, which is the 4-4-2, which I'll go into detail a little when we get there. But my main style is the 4-2-3-1, which is on my defensive play style. And then we have the ultra defensive when it's when we're winning, like need to hold the game out. But we'll go into detail when we get there. So what we start with the right back and left backs. We put that stay back while attacking on the right back and left back, and that's because we're not trying to get counter attacked at all. We're trying to make sure our defense is structured and safe. Basically, that's what the 4-2-3-1 is magical about. It's like it's always going to be very good defensively, and attacking you're going to be able to make chances. Going into the CDMs, we got cut passing, the stay back, on cover center on one of the CDMs. I recommend this on more of your defensive CDM, and then on the other CDM, cut passing and cover center. And what this allows me to do is basically be able to, as I mentioned, I'm trying to press early. With cut passing, your players will naturally try and cut the lane very early. So that's why obviously I have that instruction on. And I have one on stay back and one on balance. And you might have seen previously I have both on balance, but I just feel like more secure basically having one on stay back just for defensive reasons. Balance obviously gives you the other option of another attacker in your team, because if you're just trying to attack with 4 players against the park the bus metas, you're going to be outnumbered very quickly. Going into the attack, in our cams we've got balance on everything on the Ram and Lamb, and that is because there's nothing really you need to change here. You can put comeback if you really want to go defensive, but as I mentioned, I'm trying to get in their face with this type of tactic. You can try to stay on the edge, get in the box. Getting the box is very useful, especially for them late runs back post. With the RBX across goals, but for me I just have it balanced, just play it to feet, you know, and then work from there. With the cam, stay on the edge of the box for crosses, and this is different because I notice a lot of times when I'm running down the wing, I play the ball down the line with Walker and Mendy, I need that cutback pass, and sometimes when Messi has like the balance sort of style here, he will run into the box and won't give me the cutback option where I have Vieira stay back, because he's not going to help in attack. That's why sometimes when you have balanced CDMs, they will give you that cutback pass. But that's why I have Messi now and stay on the edge of the box for the cutback pass between Mbappe and Neymar, and then from there, obviously, depending on the situation, we'll try and score a goal. And a striker getting behind. As I mentioned before, I used to use mixed and target man, but now I use getting behind because I'm trying to stretch the opponent. As I mentioned, like this is more of an attacking sort of style, and that's what I want to play. To get the ball back early and then sort of play from there. So I've got getting behind to stretch the opponent early. Sabia's runs are phenomenal, so it's sort of maybe help depending on your player who's up top, depending on pace, etc. And then my defense style, this is my plan. Like if we got the lead and we're trying to hold the game out, we've got 5 width, 3 depth, balanced, possession 5 and 4. Lower the players in the box so we don't have, it's not too committed at the front. 5 in the width, just so it's quite a standard width. And then as I mentioned, a bit more defensive. So we've got the free depth, which will allow my team to be a lot more defensive when we get into the game. You know, we've got the lead, we've got the 2-goal lead. At that point, we're probably just going to hold the ball and play for the counter attacks when they've overcommit. Going into this instructions, we've got stay back on the right back and left back, as I mentioned, just trying to make sure we're very stable in defence. Cut, pass and stay back and cover centre on both my CDMs. Just, you know, more security. As you've seen, I had balance on my defensive style, but we have stay back on this so we're not conceding goals. Come back on all of them. It's just very simple. This is our, let's make sure we get this result. You know, we're 1 goal, 2 goal, whatever the score may be. Come back on these will help you very much. Basically, just outnumber them. You can also, a nice little tactic maybe is to lower your width in defense, but you will get blitz on the wing if they start committing too many people forward. Going into the striker, we've got target man and come back on defense, and that is because I don't need him to get in behind. If I have him as getting behind when we're trying to hold the ball, he's going to go missing. He's going to be isolated in the game. With target man, he's going to give me that option to feet a lot of times when I'm coming out of defense. So he's like my sort of like the way I'm getting out from the defense to midfield to then I can actually, you know, get attack going. So target man on the saviour, come back on defense as well on him. But that's only if you're winning, guys. Like, I wouldn't recommend using that straight off the bat. There's no point. That's a very defensive style, and you're not gonna. It's not gonna be fun. Basically, I'll be totally honest. It's not gonna be fun. You're not gonna enjoy the game. But this style here, I'm telling you, 5-5. Just be aggressive. And as I mentioned, I don't know if I did mention, but 5-5 and 5-5, and you might have seen a few of like other pros or whoever you might see doing custom tactic videos. They're messing around with the width. They're putting up to 6, 7. They're putting a depth of 3 and 5, and maybe the attacking width and going possession, long ball, whatever it may be. I'm an old school head when it played in FIFA. Like, I played FIFA for years and years and years. So surely when I played FIFA before and I didn't bother with custom tactics until the last like 3 years, my team was more so playing balance rather than like possession, fast build up. So I'm basically just playing to what I know best, and that is balance, and just keeping everything basic, and then working around from there depending on the situation of the game. So as I said, like if we're losing, that's fine. We'll just lower the depth. Sorry, if we're winning, we'll lower the depth. If we're attacking, I use the D-pad on the controller and put team press on, and then I also put attacking wing packs on the D-pad until I get a couple goals. But you're very vulnerable on the counter attack, so be very wary. But we do have another tactic, but I'll be totally honest with you, I don't really use this. Like, this is just there just in case 4-2-3-1 doesn't work, but most of the time 4-2-3-1 will work for me with the way I play. So the other one is 4-4-2, and as I mentioned, we're keeping everything very basic with 5-5, and we actually do have possession on this tactic, because with 4-4-2 your players sort of go forward very quick, in the sense of like you're not going to have that option to feet a lot of times, because the wingers sort of just, they play like right wing a lot. So, you know, that's why I got possession, so that I get a bit more option to feet. It's a lot harder to like basically hold the ball as well with 4-4-2. So that's why I put possession on 5 width, 5 players in the box. Very basic instructions as well. Stay back on the right back and left back. Stay back and cover centre on the centre mids. And then balance on the right mid, left mid, balance on the strikers as well. But yeah, that is the tactic this week. What got me 15-9 and 1 in weekend league, and then I think this tactic actually got me 330s last month on PlayStation. So hopefully that gives you a good indication that this tactic works excellent for me, because at the end of the day, I'm keeping it simple. I'm keeping playing to myself, you know. There's no point me trying to replicate other people when you know yourself best and how you can always improve. So that's why I've got this. Any tips with your teams? If you can afford them, get this Champions League Element Mattel, by the way. Absolute unreal talent. He's going to get an upgrade, so he's going to be even more OP. But yeah, that'll be it for the video, guys. We've got top 100 rewards coming out Thursday and Friday, depending, unless we give some to a YouTuber or anything. But we should have one on Thursday, one on Friday, and then champs highlights on Wednesday. So if you guys want to pick up some gameplay tips from maybe my game, you can. But you can even do that live, and you can come and join me on my Twitch page, where we're nearly at 1,000 followers now on Twitch. So I've been streaming a lot recently, the last 2 weeks, you know, absolutely grinding it out. So yeah, if you want to come hang out, see what it's all about, my Twitch is in the description. I'll probably be live when this video goes live. So I appreciate you all tuning in. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and peace.